Look at this screen right now. Your eyes feel fine, but the small muscle that holds them in focus has been contracting without a full break since this morning. The surface you look through has been quietly drying out for hours. And somewhere after your 40th birthday, that muscle stopped letting go as easily as it used to. By the end of a long screen day, you know the feeling. Eyes that feel gritty and dry, a dull ache behind the brow, words that swim a little when you finally look up from the monitor, and distance that takes a second too long to sharpen. Common advice includes resting your eyes, buying blue light glasses, or maybe needing reading glasses now, and pushing through. But what nobody mentions is that across those 9 hours, the focusing muscle never fully relaxed, and your blink rate dropped significantly. After 40, both of those drifts quietly get worse. The tired eyes stop being a willpower problem and become a mechanical one. Here is how your eye actually focuses. A small ring of muscle inside the eye, called the ciliary muscle, squeezes to bend your lens and pull near objects sharp. When you look at something far away, it relaxes. When you look at something close, like a screen 50 centimeters from your face, it stays contracted to hold that focus. Your eyes were built to shift between near and far all day long. Reading one fixed close distance for hours asks that muscle to hold a single contraction it was never meant to hold. That sustained effort is called accommodative fatigue. At the same time, your blink rate drops from around 15 times a minute to roughly 5, so the thin film of tears that keeps the surface clear evaporates between blinks. The eye you are trying to focus through slowly dries out under you. Before we get to what is actually happening, here are 4 myths. First, you probably do not need blue light glasses, because the blue light coming off your screen is not the main driver of daytime eye strain, and evidence that blue light filters reduce that strain is thin. Second, this is not permanent damage. Normal screen use does not injure the back of your eye or threaten your sight. The discomfort is real, but it is fatigue, not harm. Third, you are not simply too old and in need of readers and nothing else. Reading glasses help with the stiffening lens, but do nothing for a muscle stuck in contraction or for the blinking that quietly fell away. Fourth, it is not just dry office air or a cheap monitor. Those add to it, but are not the mechanism underneath. Think of that focus muscle like holding a light weight at arm's length. For a minute, it is nothing. Hold it for 9 hours, and it does not tear or break, it just stops responding crisply. That is why distance goes soft for a moment when you finally look up from the screen. The muscle is slow to release a contraction it has been holding all day. Underneath that sits the dryness. With your blink rate cut by 2/3, the surface the muscle is straining to focus through keeps breaking up. So the image it is fighting to hold is never quite clean. After 40, the lens itself stiffens, so the same near focus now takes more pull from the same small muscle, and it tires sooner. 3 things stack: a muscle that never let go, a surface that kept drying, and a lens that fights back. The cleanest evidence is also the most practical. Studies of screen workers consistently measure 2 things at once: focusing fatigue that builds across the day, and a blink rate that collapses the moment attention locks onto a screen. The same research points to what actually moves it. Looking 20 feet away for 20 seconds every 20 minutes gives that focusing muscle the brief release it never gets on its own. Blinking on purpose and brighter daytime lighting measurably ease the dry, gritty surface. For the tear film itself, omega-3 fats show a measurable effect on dry eye in people who work on screens. Lutein and zeaxanthin, pigments concentrated at the back of the eye, also appear in studies on screen-related visual fatigue. There is one more cost most people miss. That same screen light in the evening tells your body clock it is still daytime, holding back the melatonin that should be starting your sleep. Have you ever finished a long day and found your eyes will not snap to the road on the drive home? Felt the ache settle in behind your brow by dinner? Tried to read something on your phone at night and watched the words refuse to hold still? You were not staring too hard, and you were not too weak to focus. A small muscle did precision work for 9 hours without a real break, on a surface that kept drying out, behind a lens that stiffens a little more every year. The gap between fresh eyes at 9 in the morning and worn out eyes at 6 at night is wider than most people in their 40s expect, because the body has no gauge on the dashboard for it. So the worn out eyes are not damage, and they are not a character flaw. They are a fatigue problem. You cannot stop the lens from stiffening, but you can work around the rest. Studies suggest the 20-20-20 break, blinking on purpose, brighter light by day, and dimmer, warmer screens at night, and omega-3 for the tear film all give the system a way to recover across the day. Work in blocks with real distance breaks between them. Try it for 2 weeks, then notice what your eyes feel like at 6 p.m. You will know.